you are not what you think you are. I heard this sentence from a spiritual leader, Gangaji, maybe 10-15 years ago, and at that time I had no idea what she's talking about, but after that I learned a lot of other things, and now I'm explaining my understanding about this concept and what I think is great in this and what I think it's not, and what is behind this kind of thinking, that you are not what you think you are. But you can also modify this, that I am not what I think I am, or you are not what I think you are, or I am not what you think you are. So let's see the big picture first. You are not what you think you are. It means that the idea that you are somebody, but you're thinking about yourself, it is just an idea. This is just a representation in your mind about yourself. Of course, it cannot be, and it's true for everything, that how the computer works is not the same as what you think how the computer works, because you have a mental model about the computer's working, and it is just a representation and probably not perfect, and you have only a very few elements in your model. Okay, and it's everything that, let's say, why avocado healthy or not healthy, you have a representation. So this concept, that we have a concept about ourselves, about other people, about politics, religion, about technology and science, and this is just our map of the reality, a representation. So it's never the same. It's two different categories, that a person, a real specific particular person, and my or anybody's idea about this person, they are total different things. One is the, let's say, a real, but the other is just an idea. So you are not, as a person, what anybody thinks of you. Okay, another big picture explanation is that we never really understand anybody. We don't know their personality, if at least we believe that there is a personality, because actually I don't believe that we have a fixed personality. And it leads to us to the beginning of the sentence, you or me. So we are an emerging phenomenon that exists only until we die. So there is not you as one unit. We are an emergent of many different parts that are also emergent from other parts. So we have, you can think about this emergent theory, that let's say we start at this part, and they create some emergent phenomenon that exists only until these parts connected and cooperating and interacting with each other. So we have a lot of cells, and the cells are made of molecules, the molecules made of atoms, the atom made of electrons, protons, neutrons, and so on downwards. And also upwards, the cells work together to form tissues, and the tissues work together to form organs, and the organs make the whole body. And we also have microbes that is necessary for our lives. So let's say if we kill all the biological creatures in our body, then probably we would be dead. We need this bacteria in our stomach, in the guts, in intestines. And the life is a combination, or that we, when we talk about I or you or a person, it is an interaction of a lot of things. You can also understand with the brain that, oh, I want this, but I also want that one. and then we fight, because there are different elements, different neuron groups. They do their job, they're fighting for what they want, they're fighting for resources, our attention, our time, our energy sources, and then they're fighting. So the idea that you or I, it's a Freudian concept. It doesn't really exist. We use these words in everyday life to refer to somebody, but actually, if you really ask somebody that what does it mean you, maybe they point to your body, or maybe some concept like spirit, but they also don't know what is it. If you ask them what is a soul or spirit of a person, probably they don't have a definition. But anyway, this is also just a concept, like the concept of you, the concept of me. These are the concepts. So there is no something that exists. It is an emergent property that a person's life has existence. It's an emergent property for a lot of things, like let's say atoms and molecules and cells interacting with each other, and when they don't interact in a proper way, the person dies. And if, let's say, the kidney elements don't cooperate well, then the kidney dies. Maybe the whole person not, because medical science can solve the problem, use artificial solution to keep the person alive. But so this is a you. Okay, the other element, you are not what you think you are or you are not. But let's say you are or I am. It means that I am, this thinking that I am something like a fixed. So if we use adjective that he is clever, she is fast, he is jealous, when we try to use this kind of things, we think that the person has some fixed quality, instead of it's an organism that responds, adapt to the specific situation, and you cannot say that we don't have a fixed quality. So you are, whatever you say about the person, it's not true. Maybe you can say that from my perspective, from my mental state and thinking and values and beliefs, at this moment what you are doing is, let's say, disgusting. You are disgusting. It means that at this moment and what you are doing, I judge. So there are so many elements. So there is an observer, and there is this moment of my state, because if you do the same thing, exactly the same thing, when I am in a different mental state, I would say that, oh, that's funny. But now I think that it's disgusting. So it's not really about the other person. So we cannot say anything about another person, because whatever we say, it is our thinking partially, and partially the other person's behavior or communication or whatever they're doing, and it is not permanent. So when we say that you are, it gives us a feeling of permanency, but it's not. It's just at this moment. It's like, I am hungry. Okay, it's very clear that I am hungry at this moment, and she is beautiful. It's also, we know that it's in my eyes, this person is beautiful. But when you talk you are, generally speaking, whatever you say, it's not true. No, you are what you think. You are not what you think you are. So you think you are, it is a self-concept. We have this self-concept, and we sometimes take it very seriously. And then we have a lot of mental problem, mental disease in an extreme case. And in a mild case, maybe we just have self-esteem issues. We have self-confidence problems, and we try to make the self-confidence, to boost our self-confidence, to do a lot of stupid things, because we want to manipulate our image about ourselves and other people's image about ourselves by doing something that actually we don't think that we are. So let's say this is my normal body pose, and if I try to make some very confident body position, I'm trying to manipulate you to believe that my body position is very confident, so I'm a confident person. So I'm trying to create an image in your mind, help you to create an image about me in your mind that I'm a confident person. So when we create this kind of freezing concept about ourselves, then we really take it seriously, that we actually replace that our real life with our concept about our lives, then we have a lot of mental problem, and then we try to live up to this and change our behavior that is not really serving our wholeness, or at least that's other part of our mind, to give an advantage to that part of our mind that represents our self-image. So there is a lot of philosophical background behind this. And back to that, you are something. So there is a saying that you cannot step in the same river twice. And when I ask people what it means, they usually say that you cannot step in the same river twice because the river changes. But what they forget, that the person, that the you, also changes. And it's very easy to see that things change, but me or you as the person doesn't, because we have this fixated idea that everything is fixed. So the philosophy behind my philosophy behind this interpretation that you are not what you think you are, it is the problem is that we have a thinking and we take it too seriously. We have an identity and we fight for this identity. We want to maintain, we want to manipulate this identity for ourselves and for other people, because we believe that identity is ourselves. Because we believe that other people treat us if we can show a good image, and probably there is some truth in this one. That's why people are so eager to try to manipulate other people.